Have you ever wondered why some people seem to understand you without you explaining anything, while others miss even the most obvious hints? It's not because one person is smarter than the other, it's because some people notice the quiet stuff, the things you don't say out loud. And psychology shows that these tiny, almost invisible cues reveal a lot about someone's emotional intelligence. So in this video, we're going to highlight those subtle signs people rarely talk about, but feel deeply. 1, the invisible listener. Some people can sense something's off with you before you even understand it yourself. Maybe you're usually talkative, but today your answers are shorter. Maybe your voice drops just a little when you say you're fine. Maybe you avoid eye contact for half a second longer than usual. Most people would miss these shifts. The invisible listener does not. Psychology calls this empathic accuracy, and it comes from noticing dozens of tiny signals you aren't consciously aware of sending. They pick up on the way your fingers fidget, the way your breathing changes when you're nervous, the way you suddenly get quiet after certain topics. And because they're practicing active listening, they're not waiting for the moment they can talk. They're observing the emotional landscape behind your words. This is why opening up to them feels easy. You never feel rushed, you never feel judged, you just feel seen. 2, mastering the mirror effect. You might remember a time when you were spiraling emotionally, and instead of matching your panic, someone around you quietly slowed the moment down. Maybe they lowered their voice. Maybe they sat beside you instead of across from you. Maybe they simply took a deep breath, and somehow you did too, without realizing it. These small adjustments are part of emotional attunement, a psychology term for matching someone's emotional intensity so they feel understood. It's also connected to social mirroring, which is when people unconsciously reflect each other's emotional cues. But emotionally intelligent individuals do it with intention. They don't mirror your anxiety, they mirror the calm you need. Instead of saying relax, which never works, they become the relaxed energy. You can see it in group settings too. If conflict breaks out, most people add fuel without meaning to. Voices rise, reactions get sharp, tension multiplies. But there's usually one person who naturally becomes the anchor. Their steady tone pulls the room back from the edge. This is emotional regulation in action, and it's one of the quietest signs of emotional intelligence. 3, the curiosity compass. Emotionally intelligent people don't just ask how you are, they ask in a way that makes you want to answer. Instead of, "You good?" they might say, "I noticed you were a bit quieter today. What's been on your mind?" There's no pressure in their tone, no judgment hiding behind the question. This comes from cognitive empathy and perspective taking, psychology terms for understanding someone's inner world without pushing your own assumptions onto them. You'll notice they don't rush to give advice. They don't hijack the conversation with their own experiences. They don't jump in with solutions that make you feel small. They let you lead. They let you find your own words. They follow your pace instead of forcing theirs. Sometimes they ask just one gentle question that unlocks everything you've been carrying. Something simple like, "What part of this has been the hardest for you?" And suddenly you're talking about things you didn't realize you were ready to say. 4, navigating nuance. Emotional intelligence shows itself in the tiny inconsistencies other people miss. The half smile that doesn't reach someone's eyes. The pause before someone says, "I'm happy for you," when they might be hurting inside. The upbeat tone that cracks for a split second. Emotionally intelligent people are skilled in nonverbal decoding, the psychology term for reading emotional signals that aren't spoken out loud. They notice micro-expressions, fleeting flashes of sadness, irritation, or discomfort that most people overlook. You may have seen this play out in real life. A friend insists everything's fine, but you notice they circle back to the same worry again and again. Or a coworker swears they're not stressed, but their shoulders stay tense and their breathing gets shallow, or someone apologizes, but their expression doesn't match the words. You feel the disconnect. Emotionally intelligent people do too, but instead of calling it out harshly, they adjust their approach. They might soften their tone, ask if someone needs space, offer help in a way that doesn't overwhelm, give reassurance without making the person talk before they're ready. They understand the emotion behind the performance and respond with compassion. 5, the architect of atmosphere. There's always that one person who can walk into a chaotic room and somehow shift the entire mood without saying much. People feel more grounded around them. Conversations feel more respectful, and you feel more like yourself. This comes from a psychology term called affective presence, which describes the emotional effect a person consistently has on others. Some people create tension when they enter a room. Some create ease. Emotionally intelligent people usually fall into the second category. They use what psychology calls calibrated communication, adjusting their tone, timing, and emotional warmth to guide interactions gently. You see this when they diffuse awkwardness with a well-timed light comment. They slow the pace when everyone else is rushing. They help people feel heard in group conversations. They remain steady even when others are reactive. Their presence helps restore social homeostasis, which is the emotional balance of the group. They don't dominate, they don't demand attention. They simply hold space in a way that makes everyone feel a little lighter. Emotional intelligence isn't loud or dramatic. It lives in the subtle things: tone shifts, microaggressions, gentle questions, calm energy, and the ability to sense what people don't say out loud. These are real, psychology-supported skills, and they show up in everyday moments most people overlook. Once you start noticing these signs, you begin seeing emotional depth everywhere, in conversations, in gestures, in the quiet spaces between words. And maybe you'll realize you've been practicing these psychology-backed skills far more than you ever realized. Thanks for watching, Psych2Goers. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Until next time.